This is ThatWasZak. I made this video, and you always ask what kind of camera and lens do you use? I answered this question in my Instagram and I mentioned it in my previous videos. But I said, hey, why not make a whole video about it and show you all the gear I use? And I'm gonna start with my first ever camera, the Canon 80D. That was the first camera I bought. I bought it like 4 years ago. Really solid, good camera. I started learning with this. I learned the basics with it, and it's a really good camera to start with if you're a beginner and a low budget. It cost me like $800. Really good camera. I would recommend it for anyone started in photography and doesn't have that much money to spend. You can start with the Canon 80D. Yeah. And my first lens I bought, it was the 17 to 55 millimeter Canon 2.8. It was my first lens. I started learning with it, and it's the lens that I'm using right now to record this video. And after I learned photography and I learned the basics, I started buying new lenses. My second lens was the Canon 50mm 1.4. Really good lens with wide aperture if you don't have that much money. Then it comes my third lens. I call it the game changer. This is the Canon 70-200mm 2.8 Mark III. It costs like $2,200, and this is changed photography to me. I think every photographer should have a 70-200mm, and it's worth every penny you pay for it. It's a mid-range and long-range lens. I use it basically for everything: headshots, portraits, lifestyle, fashion, videos. It's a must-have. And after using this gear for 3 years, I decided to upgrade my camera, and I got the Canon R5. I can't describe this camera. It's really also a game changer. It makes photography way easier for you. It's a little pricey. It costs like $4,000, but it's worth it. And after I upgraded my camera, I also upgraded my 50mm, and I got that RF 50mm 1.2. This is like the sharpest lens I have ever used. It costs a lot, but it's gonna be the sharpest lens you will ever use. And we come to answer the main question is what kind of camera lens I use in my street photography, the one you guys see in my TikToks. Well, I used to use my Canon 80D with my 70-200mm 2.8, but now I'm using my R5 with my 70-200mm, and I also use my 50mm. And to use the Canon R5 and the 70-200mm, you're gonna need that adapter. It costs $200. Let you use EF lenses on RF cameras. And the last thing I use is my GoPro Hero 9 with the chest mount to get the POV shots. I hope that answered your questions, and I'm gonna leave links to all the equipments I use right below in the description. And yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments if you want me to go through the settings in the next video. And peace out. See you next video.